Welcome to Career Talks with Sree. My name is Sreevidhya Santhosh and I provide unbiased guidance when it comes to higher education, premium institutes, entrance examinations, etc. In this video, we are going to discuss about radiology. What exactly is radiology? Radiology is a branch of medicine that actually uses imaging technology for diagnosing as well as treating diseases. Don't ever think that radiology is only about diagnosing things. Because probably when we go to a scanning center or an x-ray center, what we see is that people sitting there and doing these type of activities, right? So we normally think that it is all about diagnosis, okay? There is also another level to it. It is all about treating diseases, fine? Now, radiology, there is a misconception about this program. Please understand that right after 12th, the program that you do is called a BSc in Radiology. Okay. Now there is another thing that you can do after your MBBS, and that is called an MD in Radiology. Once you do your MD program in Radiology, you become a radiologist. But once you complete a bachelor's program in Radiology, what you become is a radiology technician. The person who completes an MBBS program and then does an MD program in radiology is a doctor. He can diagnose as well as treat, he can prescribe, he can talk to patients and tell them what their problem is. But when you complete your BSc Radiology, you can do the diagnosis, okay? You can sit behind the machine and do all these things, but you're not allowed to discuss things with a patient. That is a job of a doctor. So these two things are different. That is something which I want each one of you to understand, because there is a lot of misconception regarding all these things. They consider that everybody who does a radiology program is a radiologist. There is something called radiology technician. You are becoming a technician by completing a bachelor degree program in these things. Okay. Now let's look into the syllabus of radiology. When you do radiology, you learn human anatomy, you learn physiology and pathology, you learn a lot of physics related things like your general physics, your radiation physics and things like that, radiobiology, radiation. You learn quality control, you learn anesthetics and diagnostic radiology. So these are few of the things that you will learn in your radiology program. Whatever that you're seeing in the screen right now, don't think that those are the only things that you will be learning in radiology. No, those are the few things out of the too many things that you will be learning in your radiology program. Now, what are the specialization or higher study options that you have after completing your radiology program? You can specialize in diagnostic radiology. You can go for cardiovascular radiology. You can do radiation oncology. You can do pediatric radiology. You can do gastrointestinal radiology. So there are different types of specializations that you can do after completing your bachelor's program. And looking into the course details, the eligibility for getting into a BSc program in radiology is +2 science. The duration of the program is 4 years. If you ask me about the entrance examinations, the AIIMS, which is the All India Institute of Medical Science, they have a program in radiology. Not just radiology, they also have ophthalmology related programs. There are a few programs that they offer in the BSc level. One of that is radiology related program. For that, there is a different exam that you have to write, which they prescribe. And other than that, some of the institutes, they take the neetscore for getting admissions to these programs. Recently, it was also been said that AIIMS will also be taking the neetscore for giving admissions for the programs like radiology. So NEET is one thing that you have to look into. Apart from that, it totally depends on the institute. There are some institutes which does not conduct any entrance examinations. They just look into the +2 score and then they give admission for these programs. But some universities, they have their own programs. So please check with the institute that you are planning to get in for this program before you plan for the entrance examination. Higher study options, definitely there are higher study options that are available. Now, what are the employment opportunities after completing this program? You can become an X-ray technician, you can become a radiographer, you can become a therapy radiographer, You can become a radiation protection specialist. You can become a diagnostic radiographer. Radiation protection specialist and all. When we are setting up an X-ray room, think of an X-ray room. I'm talking from a practical point of view, okay? Think of an X-ray room. Every X-ray room, for it matters, the wall is not a normal wall. Those will be lead walls. Because if you don't put lead in the X-ray room, what will happen is whenever the X-ray machine operates, the radiation will penetrate and go outside. Okay, so there will be problem for the people, even for the people who are walking outside. So an X-ray room, even from the moment of setting up everything, there are so many things that has to be taken into control. So quality control is a thing that we have to keep in mind while setting up all these things, starting from the lead wall, the thickness of the lead wall. I mean, how much thick the lead lining should be. Even the door that we are using in an X-ray room is not the normal door that we use in a house, or like the normal doors that we use in any other rooms of a hospital. It is totally different. So there are people who works behind all these things. So there are radio protection specialists. So after completing this radiology program, even you can get into these sectors if you don't want to have a direct interaction with the patients, like doing a diagnosis for them by sitting behind the system. Okay, so you can get into these areas too. So these are all the opportunities of you getting into different employment sectors after completing a program in radiology. So whoever is interested in getting into these type of fields can go for a radiology program after your +2. If you have any other doubts regarding this program, please feel free to send in your comments below this video. See you in another video. Goodbye.